Hey, yo, Mike, you getting a sneak peek on my list, man. You better not say nothing to nobody, man. Number 11, Ghostface Killer. For full transparency, this top of the list is difficult for me because I am trying to be as objective as possible. I just said that before. Being a huge Ghostface fan, and being that Ghost, Styles, Redman, 3009s are like my top favorite MCs, I'm doing the best I can at keeping it fair-minded and ranking cats based on the grading rubric. Tony Starks, like Raekwon, were the frontline artists of the Wu as they moved toward their claim to fame. And as previously stated, he is the other part of arguably the greatest 1-2 combo in hip-hop with him and Raekwon. As an aside, I think the best 1-2 combos in the game are a tie between Kiss and Styles and Ray and Ghost, like 1-1-A type thing, then Nas and AZ, then Redman and Method Man, then probably it's a toss-up between Ruck and Rock and Dre and Snoop. But I digress. So if we count the purple tape, we can lock him in at 3 in the possible with Fishscale being like that 10 of spades. Ghost is one of the greatest storytellers to this day. Crazy imagination, vivid lyrics, put you front and center to all of his tales, either be in the streets, in the crib. Either way, I feel like he's in the Slick Rick category of storytelling to the point to where I don't think he knows how to do anything else but tell stories. I mean, that's obviously not the case, but about 90% of his songs has some kind of story to it. Iron Man peaked at number 2 on the Billboards in 96. And okay, I have to make mention of this. 96 was one of the best years in hip-hop with the Fugees and The Score, Jay-Z with Reasonable Doubt, Nas was written, Tupac with Machiavelli, Redman with Muddy Waters, Outkast with ATLiens, Helter Skelter with Nocturnal. This album gave us a sneak peek into the mind of Tony. Bangers like Winter Wars, Fish, Daytona 500, All I Got Is You, Boxing Hand, 260, Cam-A, Wildflower, Assassination Day was just some of the joints on heavy rotation from this project. Sound like all of them. Then after a brief layoff, due to having to do the second Wu album, he reemerges with his best album, in Supreme Cliente, in early 2000s. Now what's so dope about this album is that there's probably his most party-friendly song on this album of Cherche La Ghost. But the way the rest of this album was arranged and received with joints like One, Nutmeg, Child's Play, Apollo's Kiss, Saturday Night, Buck 50 reminds you that you don't always need radio play to hail a classic album. This album is when full-fledged Ghostface was unleashed and is still revered as one of the greatest Wu releases ever. And we can't forget about the Wonder Woman banger. 6-inch Height was the bird. In 2001, he released Bulletproof Wallace, which to me was another favorite of mine, but it went under the radar for the most part. Songs like Strawberry, Maxine, The Jukes, Ghost Showers, and Flowers get in the rotation for me. Then he signs a Def Jam and drops a Pretty Tony album in 2004 and receives moderate response, having only run with Jadakiss and Metal Lungus with the rest of D Block, was probably the only bangers on there that most people would gravitate towards. So in 2006, he debuts Fishscale, which is probably his last really good album, that charted at number 4 on the Billboards. Tracks like Shaky Dog, Kilo, Whip You With a Strap, Barbershop, and Big Girl all let the listeners know that Ghost skills and storytelling have not fell off, and this has been since 93. You have to give credit to the stewardship of his craft, the vocabulary used whenever he made up words that probably weren't even there, the emotional narratives that were laced with new slang and non sequiturs. Non sequiturs is just a fancy way of saying making one point that had nothing to do with the previous point. That kept the people on their toes. He can be put up against most with that track record. Might not have had all the radio play, but when you hear the music, you know why he's been revered as he is. A master swordsman when he's put to the test of lyrics. He's perfect in speaking in an encrypted way to make you adapt like a flashback chain reaction, or be able to turn you on like Fine C or Law Rue. That's what we mean when we're talking lyricism. Or like when a whole song you think is about beefing with somebody, is it really talking about a Breitling or a watch? That's why the song, The Watch. Non sequiturs. Not too many have this track record, and those that do will probably be mentioned soon. Straight up.
It's right here, all right?